Alrighty, Alpha Hunters. Hope everybody is doing well. It is a terrific Tuesday. It is late up Tuesday to FOMC Wednesday. Yep, FOMC Wednesday tomorrow. We'll see what is going on. We've had a nice little rally here on the market here over the past about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Very strong. Let's take a look at this on an hourly kind of time frame. Yeah, nice rally here. Looking really good. Basically getting pretty close back to the zero line, or at least where we opened for the day. Qs are actually above that open gap down, trying to make a push up to the neutral line for the day. SPY though, yeah, just about every major indices had a nice little gap down by 0.2%. A little bit of a sideways move there first 20 25 minutes and just kind of rolled over and for about 3 hours, roughly 3 hours, just kind of a sharp sell down for about an hour, and then slowly went sideways for about an hour and a half, and then 30 minutes we just kind of sold off down to the daily low, and then the past hour and 15 minutes or so, yeah, nice little bullish pop here. Now, if we look at the daily, what's big deal here on the daily? And I was kind of mentioned this yesterday. Watch out if we sell back down into the close. We did that yesterday. We're going to have a pretty good breakdown candle on Friday. Nice little upper wick. I mean, you see those two candles kind of back to back, and it's like, ooh, man, I'm going to be aggressive on that kind of move, especially on this gap down from last Thursday's. But the fact that we're getting below this low from Thursday, September 7th, we did snag below that low yesterday, but we didn't sustain below it. It was very brief. But today we basically gapped below that. You can see we traded quite a bit lower today. Yeah, I don't. It just doesn't. I don't look good. It doesn't look good for the Bulls. Like if you're trying to be bearish, that's looking very promising. You wanted to see that breakdown. We got lower highs coming in. Now you're probably looking for a run back down to 435 or lower. Even if we do stay somewhat in this range or maybe even elevated today, even as we go into tomorrow, and even if tomorrow's not crazy moving day like we saw last year. Last year with a lot of FOMC days, even the beginning part of this year, a lot of FOMC days, very volatile. This year, really hasn't been the case. Really hasn't been the case. So not to say that things haven't been volatile. I think this was one. Was this August 10th? What was the last FOMC? Man, I don't remember. Man, too many naps between now and then. Was that the last FOMC day? So hold on. We're gonna have one tomorrow, Wednesday. So no, it should have been probably like right here, somewhere in one of these days. It should have been the beginning of August. It's rough. It's roughly every month and a half, so it should have been at the beginning of August. It's not a big deal. Just know that they haven't been as volatile this year. I mean, yeah, even looking back through history, you can see like there's no big moving days. Like there's some chop in there on those days, but they're not hugely moving. Um, I actually think March's was, but there was a big reason why is because we also had the regional banking issue that was really fresh. So yeah, I mean that the one in March, yeah, little bit of volatility there. But I don't know if we'll get a lot of volatility tomorrow. We might not because we haven't really been getting them too much on FOMC days. So even if we just kind of stay where we are, and then maybe we even trade a little bit higher on, we're not going to get our interest rate hike, which shouldn't shock anybody. But maybe the press conference, maybe we sell back down a little bit. Just the way the past couple of days is set up, it's like I would just take any opportunity for any kind of pop. Like maybe this intraday pop here, maybe we'd get some more bullishness going into close. I would take it as an opportunity to maybe start to pick up some bearishness, but I wouldn't be crazy about it just because we could definitely pop higher tomorrow on the FOMC. So, and that's, I mean, that is not unheard of to pop a little bit on, what we expect to be an interest rate hold. So even if we do pop up to like 444 and a half to 445, I'd be looking to be bearish on it. Yeah, I think that would be the spot to be bearish because that's where the 10 to 20 daily moving averages are going to be. Um, yeah, I that's just kind of the way I look at it. Brian, what's going on, man? How are you? Just trying to run through some things in my head, verbalizing out loud. I don't know if it's just puking on the whiteboard here, but just trying to get an idea of really kind of what to expect here last 2 hours a day and really over the next 24 hours in the markets. But yeah, that's just kind of the way I look at it. We're seeing a nice little dip buying coming in today, really over the past hour, 15 minutes or so. But to me, I think lower highs again, another lower high, breaking this low here. To me, says we're gonna come back down to at least 435. Honestly, I still think we'll be making our way back down to the October lows here over the next couple months. And I get there will be dip buyers along the way. I think there will be a solid line here around 430, 420, something like that, maybe even 400. Once the market breaks one of those major key levels, I think you'll just get the sell button. I think people will just be like, yeah, screw that. We're just gonna sell. Anyways, that's just kind of what I think. I mean, that's a little bit more medium term. I'm trying to navigate here more the shorter term. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely understand taking the rally that we've just gotten on the market and saying, you know what, I'm gonna add in, I'm gonna start to build a little bit of a bearish position. Not, I wouldn't do anything crazy just because of the volatility of tomorrow. I mean, we could definitely just have a flat open. Like if we just close flat from here, or maybe even a little bit higher, we could have a flat open, and then Jerome Powell or the FOMC comes out, flat interest rates. We get a pop up to like 440 to 445, maybe even 446. I would be bearish on that. That would be a pretty golden zone. But if we have some weird news overnight and we gap down tomorrow, maybe at the lower parts of the day, like you would have rather been bearish here, and then maybe you add into it if we get a little spike tomorrow or something like that, or if we just wind up dropping off. I'd rather be in it to the bearish direction. But I think breaking this low, obviously we've trended down that Friday, gap down and ran. Yeah, I think probably here over the next week or two we'll probably be back down to the mid to low 430s. Qs, Qs are actually trying to still hang tough. I'm still trying to hang tough. We'll look at some stocks, see what's really going on there. IWM breaking down these lows that were put in late August already. Qs and SPY are not even close to that. IWM is. I think probably after tomorrow we're going to start to see the switch happen where the Qs start to sell off more than the IWM. I think I was kind of mentioning that last week, where I think we're going to start to see that happen a lot more often because that's what it's going to take for the market to really sell off. Is the big tech, the Qs stuff's going to have to sell off. DIA, and the other thing is it's really more of the international exposure. Also, I'm going to hit on this point real quick. So it's also the international exposure. The Qs is chock full with multinational companies. The IWM, not to say that there's not multinational companies in the IWM, there is. Like it's a global economy, but the IWM it's less exposed. And what are we seeing from a lot of international economies or economies that, non-U.S. economies? Oh, they're struggling. They're struggling. I've hit on that before, but that's not good for multinational companies when you're trying to grow a business and grow a company. If all the other economies out there are really kind of struggling, yeah, how do you grow a business in those kind of situations? DIA, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, had a nice gap down today. Nice run. Hasn't really bounced as much, but it sold off pretty good amount. It did break down this early September low. All right. DIA. RSP as well. Kind of RSP and IWM, man, they look very, very similar. They've been looking so similar for a while. yeah, just crazy how closely they look. Um, yeah, but at least breaking down this mid late August low already, not holding it, and that's another thing that kind of gives me pause. That I mean, unless we have some bad news overnight and we have a gap down, I think we'll probably be somewhat flat going into close today. Maybe a little bullish, maybe a little bit bullish. I don't think it'll be crazy bullish. Let me get back to the spot. Um, yeah, I think it'd be just kind of just crazy. It just bounce around. Maybe just end on a little bit of an uptick. But tomorrow, I would imagine we probably bounce a little bit. Optimism, people are optimistic, and even when we get the FOMC rate hold, probably see a quick pop. Probably see a really quick pop. VIX, VIX is still staying elevated. Kind of makes sense. We're down today on the markets. Nothing crazy. Obviously, the VIX, if we don't do a whole lot tomorrow, we'll probably see the VIX really get crushed. Probably see the VIX get dropped off. Dollar bouncing off the 10 daily EMA, looking pretty good there. Yeah, looking pretty good there. Gold dropping a little bit, makes sense. Dollar's up a little bit. 10-year, dude, look at that. Oh my gosh. Dude, look at that 10-year yield, dude. Man, that looks so good. That looks so good. Just slowly compressing on this glass ceiling. Oh, man, that looks really good. And it looks so good. And what's coming up tomorrow, FOMC day? I mean, that thing looks like it's about ready to explode higher. Damn. If this thing explodes higher tomorrow, which honestly it looks coiled, compressed, and ready to pop. I mean the 2-year yield. Look at that thing. The 2-year yield looks ready to freaking rock and roll. That is probably one of those bearish looking. One of the reasons to look most bearish on the market is just the yields look so damn strong. Oh my goodness! Look at the 30-year. Damn, dude. Yeah, 30-year. Yeah, that's right. It did. I forgot it did take that high back in August 21st. Didn't hold it, but it did take that October high. That's the high I'm talking about. But yeah, it's slowly getting back up there as well. It doesn't look as strong as the 10 and 2, but it's still up here. It's still up here. The real problem, if you want to know, is the 2-year yield. This thing looking that strong is dangerous for the market. Longer term yields could be okay. That could be okay, but the shorter term yields, if they're showing that kind of strength, that's a problem for the market. I like this, man. I like that. That looks very strong. Yeah, it looks really good. All right, I'm done talking about yields, but I hadn't looked at them today, so I was kind of like, "Woo, that looks very good." 10 and 2 inversion, kind of just hanging out like it has the past 2 weeks. Not really doing a whole lot. All right, HYG breaking, kind of like rolling over, breaking down again today. Nice gap down below yesterday. All right. LQD continuing to get pushed down. How's the TLT getting pushed down? I don't know how bearish I would be on bonds all that much. Yields probably would continue to get pushed higher. I just don't know how bearish I would be on bonds. Yeah. Anyways, all right, let's go run through some stock. I want to see what sector rotation's doing because we saw some pretty good movement on the day. We've seen some really good movement on the day. So, check it out. Okay, without the gap, my goodness. It's like all over the place. We got squiggly lines everywhere. SPX. What is this down here? Discretionaries got sold off first. We'll check out Amazon and Tesla. Probably has a lot to do with that. Energies continuing to get sold down throughout the day. Actually, was like the day's top performer to start. Energies getting hit. All right, we're gonna take a look at the energy markets. Industrials getting hit a little bit today. They were among the day's top performers as well to start out. Discretionaries, yep, kind of calling back here. They got sold off very quickly early on. Materials, underperforming. They were actually in the top performers to start out today. Real estate, financials, a little bit underperforming. Staples in line with the market. Outperformers, utilities outperforming the market. Again, healthcare and tech, and then communications. So tech was an early underperformer, but it did bottom early on. If you looked at the Qs, they bottomed before the SPY. So okay, that makes sense. Same thing with XLC. See, take out the gap. Yeah, there's that intraday selling on the energies. Yeah, that makes sense. They were the day's top performer to like open the day. Energies were the day top performer at the open. Tech. I think people are just trying to be a little too optimistic here on tech communications. So Google and Alphabet, Alphabet and Meta. Where is you also got T-Mobile US up 1%. Verizon's actually down a little bit. AT&T's up about 0.8%. Okay. The only reason why I looked at those three because those are the other three big weightings in the XLC. You got Alphabet, Meta, the two largest by far. You basically know what those two are doing. You'll know what the XLC is doing. But the other three are T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T. Healthcare outperforming. Utilities basically in line with the market. Discretionary is also in line with the market. Staples, a little bit underperforming there. Real estate underperforming. Financials, industrials, and materials. Okay. All right. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah. Still just kind of hanging below, getting below this these green lines, vertical lines. Very do or die week for the markets. SPY, thank you. All right, let's run through AAPL. AAPL, kind of hanging in there. Hanging in there. Nice little gap down, got bought up. Traded lower, but it started popping well before the SPY did. Yeah, well before the SPY did. Yeah, that's a very strong 20 minutes right there when the market was doing nothing but just lying on the deep ocean bottom. Very nice run there. Okay. Microsoft. So there was some big leak that came out today about Microsoft, and like I guess it was a lot tied to that Xbox business unit, and I guess that big court case with Activision and all that. A lot of that information that got leaked that wasn't supposed to get leaked, but yeah, I didn't know how Microsoft stock would be handling that today. It seems to be okay. I mean, down 0.25%. It's not bad. Nice little gap down though. Still kind of trending back down, getting back below those daily moving averages. Where's the long term? Kind of getting below that 100 too. Yeah, I'd be willing to take a bearish, say a little bit of a bearish play, probably down to here. I don't like being bearish on Microsoft, but I mean, if you were to do that, I would do it with a small position if you like it. I just don't like being bearish on Microsoft, man. They just make too much money. All right, so let's check Alphabet slowly grinding higher. Still hard to be bearish on this company right now, as it doesn't seem like AI is that dominant. Meta's holding over 300. Oh, they had a nice, very strong pop for about an hour, between about 12:50 Eastern. Yeah, for about an hour. For about an hour. Very, very nice. Very nice move. So one of these two, Amazon, bad day. Amazon, bad day. 2% down. First hour got sold off. First hour and a half got sold off. Slowly grinding back some of that since. Not Meta, Tesla. Tesla's doing okay today, up 0.75%. Got hit pretty good yesterday. Did it? So it got hit pretty good yesterday. Tried to bounce off the 10 daily, but it kind of wound up rolling over. You can see that rollover action as it came into close yesterday. It got back down pretty close to those daily lows. And then today it took out yesterday's low as well. Still, I would say if it gets back below 260, you're probably going to see some selling, because that's a pretty good support level right here. Obviously, it's bouncing off of that. It's also where the 20 is. So if you get back below 260, that might be the price level that flips here on Tesla. But up 0.75, much like Apple is on the day. Okay. Semiconductors, Nvidia, Hangout down a little bit over 0.5%, down about 2/3%. Okay, people buying dips. AMD is flat. Been choppy today. Intel. Intel had a very nice drop. Ooh, what is this? So Intel had a pretty nice drop today, but yeah. What is this? Intel pitches the AI PC at software developer event. Okay. So that's probably what this is. Software developer event. Intel says every PC will soon be capable of running AI applications. I would have to really delve into this. If somebody is very smart, they can tell me what. If they're a super nerd, tell me what they're kind of talking about. The reason why I'm kind of asking about that is, what does that mean? Every PC is capable of running PC applications. Right here, yeah, this PC application. Because, I mean, if that's the case, then what's the relevance of Alphabet and search? That's what I was that's what I was thinking about when I read that headline. So that could be a big deal for Alphabet. And depends on who's providing AI applications. Obviously, we know Intel's been historically has been very strongly partnered with Microsoft. So, but who else is providing those applications is a big deal to know. What else is out there? Qualcomm's down 2%. What's going on with Qualcomm? Yeah, Qualcomm had a pretty nasty gap down. Not last week, but the week before. Yeah. U.S. lawmakers urge chip industry to reduce China investment. So is that like a strong urge or like a shoulder nudge? Like, politicians, man, telling private businesses how to run their business. You gotta love it. And it's like they have to play within the game. Oh my gosh, politicians, man. At their finest. AMD Texas Instruments is looking okay today. Yeah, still just kind of trending down, but at least positive. It's better than a lot of stocks out there today. A lot of red. Let's go check out energies though. Let's go check this out. Crude oil, nice, nice big old upper wick. Pretty good volume coming in there. I would be willing to say crude oil might be done with its run or pretty close to. Yeah, I mean, it's coming up into these tops that it had late last year, about a year ago, actually, about a year ago into these tops. Um, I would say for now, it looks like it's probably going to be done. Not to say that it can't come down, consolidate, and push higher, but that looks like a pretty good topper day right there. That's crude oil, gasoline. Gasoline's dropping off. Okay. Exxon, yeah, that's a pretty good sell down. Chevron, ConocoPhillips. A lot of these energy stocks had nice gap ups, but they got sold off. Hold on, let me go back. Let me look how strong it was at the gate. I mean, it was just steady selling. It wasn't like it was the first 20 minutes. So sometimes you just see that first 20 minutes, it's just like a waterfall. It's just been steady, steady, until about an hour ago or so. Okay. How's everybody's fantasy teams? Fantasy football, man. My fantasy team got absolutely shellacked week 1. J.K. Dobbins went out. That was fantastic. Dude, there's been crazy injuries. Oh, Chevron. Chevron also. Yeah, Chevron's been a steady seller. ConocoPhillips, steady seller. Okay. So we're just seeing some steady selling on energy stocks. So VLO, yeah, MRO, MPC, yeah, all these energy stocks. Oxy, all of them. Gap up, all of them steady selling from the open. Yeah. Ford and GM looking okay today. Ford? General Motors? Okay. Having some pretty decent days there. Utilities kind of having another hangout day. I like it. You get a nice push higher here one day. Could look pretty good. I would like to have seen a better bounce today. After it interacted with these previous kind of tops and these wicks, and that 10 interacting with that 10 EMA yesterday, I would have liked to have seen it bounce today. It's been a pretty decent performing sector on the market today, but it's not bouncing. Might pull back a little bit. I do think this was the low probably put in, but it might pull back a little bit more. It's okay. It wouldn't be big. It's not a big deal. I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. Yeah, we also gapped down on a weekly. It just might be choppy here for the next week or two. I think you'll probably get money flows in if the market starts to roll over. And Deere Industrial's getting hit. Deere is down pretty good. Deere gapping down. Deere stock gets a downgrade. Why that could be a buy signal? Like the most important thing is Deere got a downgrade. Evercore ISI downgrade Deere and Company to in line from outperform. Cuts price target. Cuts price target, drops at 30 points from 456 to 424. Okay. And that is that weighing on the rest of industrials? Probably seems like it would be. LRCX, Lam Research down. AMAT down. GE. Nice little gap down there on GE. Dude, yields just continue to push higher. Oh my goodness. People not ready for that one, man. People are not taking that seriously enough. Maybe they're starting to. I don't know, but but they weren't talking that like 2 weeks ago. RCL Royal Caribbean. Check out Disney and Chipotle. So Disney, nice little gap down here on Disney. Yeah, it needs to hold that 79 level. That gap down is not the best look there. Yeah, needs to hold that 79 level. So what happened here? Magic Kingdom needs to cast a wider spell. Heard on the street. Woo. Disney's good news, bad news story makes options worth exploring. Consumer stocks. Oh, well, I'm not going to get onto that. That's like all the business opportunities for splitting off cable and crap. That's all Charter Communications in there. Disney plans $60 billion investment in parks experience productions division over 10 years. Jeez. Okay. So that's Disney. Chipotle. That sounds really good right now. Nice little lower wick there coming in today. Traded down. Kind of getting bought up. Not the most liquid of stocks, but I would actually like to see this thing do a stock split because, yeah, it's just a little too high up there, man. That might be coming. I don't know. Maybe they are eyeballing that. This thing needs to do a stock split though. I would say like a good. I would say a good 10-1. Actually, get this down to about $200. Yeah, get down to about the 190s. That would be pretty good price level. Do a 10-1 stock split. That'd be a pretty good stock split to have there. What else? What else is moving a lot? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that are moving. FCX. Is that Freeport McMoRan? Yes. Freeport McMoRan, nice drop. Down 3.3%. Okay. What's major headlines? Any major headline? The thing about headlines is, oh, Instacart. Oh, you know what? Let's go check out 2 recent IPOs. Instacart and what was the other one? ARM. ARM was another one. I think it was last week or the week before. Stocks lower ahead of Fed meeting. Instacart IPO. Why the Fed's forecasts aren't always for the Fed? Because sometimes they want the market to do what they want it to do. Amazon plans to hire 250,000 U.S. workers for holiday season. Dang. I don't see much else. Yeah, it's because it's just a lot of wait for tomorrow. But we got Instacart. Instacart. All right. What's the ticker? Thank you. Cart. Oh, cool. That article had both of them. All right. So Instacart opened at 42 and it has traded down 12.5%. I don't know why this was a big deal, honestly. Maple Bear Inc. What the hell? Did I type wrong? No, it's the right. And it's the IPO today. Why is it called Maple Bear Inc.? Is that like what it used to be called? Like Cart used to have the ticker Maple Bear Inc. I guess I don't know. Oh, Maple Bear Inc. Never mind. Never mind. I guess that is the company name. I never knew that. Never knew that. All right. ARM. I never would have typed in Maple Bear to figure out the cart company name. Jeez, Instacart. That's funny. All right, so how is ARM doing here? Initial IPO is very strong. Second day is kind of crazy. Nice little gap up there on the second day. Up about 8%. Sold off. So this was last week. Last Wednesday? Thursday? Okay. All right. Anything else interesting? Doesn't really look like it. All right. I think I'm mostly good. Let me know if you got anything. There you go. There you go. It's very strong pop there. I would not be buying it on that. I would not be buying on that. Weirdly strong pops. Q's looking okay. How's the yields? Yields still holding up. Dollar did drop a little bit. Nothing. I wouldn't say anything crazy. I like absolutely. I like being bearish here, snagging a little bit of bearishness. See what happens tomorrow. Let me know if you got anything. But yeah, I think I'm mostly done. Seeing what we got. Tomorrow will be the day. I'll start the live stream a little bit early. See what's moving, and we can watch kind of the market react as we get the interest rate decision. I would expect an initial pop though. Tomorrow when we get the interest rate decision, I would expect the initial pop, and then probably just fades. I don't know how strong of a fade because I don't think we're going to get anything that'll be drastically shocking to the market. But I think the day, like Thursday, Friday, those would be the days we'll probably see some selling if we see it. That's just my opinion. Yeah, that's about all I got. We'll see if the market actually closes positive today. I don't think it'll hold over this level. Not to say it wouldn't get positive, and probably just come back down a little bit, but we'll see. Tomorrow will be a bit pretty important day. Alpha Hunters, y'all have a great rest of your day, and take care.